Well, good morning. Welcome back to another video. Sorry, I've been taking a couple weeks off here for making videos because I had a lot of family things going on, just didn't have the time. But I wanted to take a chance to get out this morning. We're now in September. You know, beautiful, cool morning. Actually, the coolest morning we've had since really winter time. You know, and I came back to a spot I was at early in my journey here in northern Kentucky last year. It's a horse farm and a barn up on a hill. And I wanted to come back, take a picture here at sunrise as the sun comes up back over my shoulder. You know, take a couple shots and see what I can come up with. You know, and you know, just try to get outside. You know, while we're here, you know, I want to talk about a couple things. One, what I'm using here. This new lens that I just picked up. Along with, I want to talk a little bit about a subject that I brought up a few videos ago that seems to be all over the internet again. So stay tuned here. We'll take a couple images and then we'll chat. Alright, so here's our scene. Alright, barn up on the hill, sun coming up behind me. You can kind of see a little bit of color here in the little wispy clouds that are above the barn. Alright, so now, what am I using here for a lens? This is an all-in-one. It's Olympus 14 to 140, F4 to 5.6. It is a very inexpensive lens. I picked it up from Used Photo Pro, excuse me, out of Indianapolis, which is part of Robert's Camera. It's a refurbished lens. Cost me just a little over $300, and thought I'd give it a shot and see how it would work. You know, and as you can see, what's nice about it, if you look here, all right, we can zoom in nice and tight, and there's actually a horse up there, which right now I can't see. He's kind of ducked down. All right, you know, because this, again, at 14 to 150, you know, you're looking at, you know, this is a 28 to 300 millimeter full frame equivalent lens. So you can also back all the way out to wide angle shots. All right, so as a travel lens, this is a great one lens solution. It's weather sealed. All right, has a tremendous range. About the only negative to it is that you know, your F4, F5.6. You know, if you want to get into a real dark situation, handheld, it can be a little bit of a challenge. You know, but for a travel setup like it is here on the OM5, you know, this is a pretty good option. You know, it is really, really good, you know, to give you incredible flexibility. All right, so I've taken a few images here. So what I'll do is I'll take a look at a couple of them and I'll put them in, you know, for you to see, you know, using this, the OM5 combination with the Olympus 14 to 150, and it is the second version, all right, you know, which is the newer version that's out there. You know, I'll take a couple of those images, I'll throw them in, you can see them here, you know, see what you think of this particular travel lens, you know, one lens combo setup. Alright, so now let's talk a little bit about a subject that I did a video on after I got back, you know, from my trip out to the Netherlands. You know, talking about, is photography dead? You know, and in my video I talked about, you know, everybody out taking pictures, you know, taking videos. Just the video or photography wasn't dead, it was just different than it had been maybe for years before. Alright, so now, seeing some of these things in the, you know, out and about and watching videos and stuff, you know, here over the last few weeks, so that subject's coming back. And what I found was I found a video from a new YouTuber, and right now the gentleman's name escapes me. I will put a link to his channel, you know, in the description, you know, and apologize for not remembering his name right. It's early in the morning, so you know, but I can tell you that he brought a different perspective to it that I didn't consider, so I wanted to talk about it. All right, so what, you know, he was talking about is it wasn't necessarily is photography dead, it is the business of photography dead? You know, and in his video, he's talking about, you know, basically you can't make money off of Instagram. You know, you really can't sell prints. You know, you can't, the only real medium to share your work anymore that's really worth anything is YouTube. you know, and that's why he had joined YouTube and was, you know, creating videos and talked a little bit about some of the things he was going to do in the, you know, in the future, which I thought was really interesting. So when I heard that, it made me think, you know, is the business of photography dead? And I think as a general rule, is it dead? No. But is it different? Yeah, just like what I talked about from the Netherlands. It's just different. All right. You know, it's hard to be a professional photographer. Now, granted, I'm not. I'm just an amateur who's struggling to build a small YouTube channel with, 375 subscribers, and just trying to, share some of my experiences and things getting out there, but, for professionals, is the business dead? It's different, all right? There's still wedding photographers out there. There's still portraits that are being taken, all right? It's just different and not nearly as big a business as it was years ago, because now everybody has their, their phone, and they have a camera with it, and they use it for a lot of things, and there's nothing wrong with any of that, can you sell prints? I think a few people can sell prints. I've actually got a printer that I can use or use to print off. I bought several months ago, a Canon professional style printer. I think it's a Pro 200. It's certainly not their top of the line, but it allows me to print at least my stuff, so I can look at it. And I guess if I wanted to, I could try to sell prints, but a gentleman who is on First Man Photography, I'll put a link to his channel down here too, talks about how his AI and some of the other things that are out there, they're actually decreasing the value of prints, or basically it's getting closer and closer, and ultimately it will become zero, and that I don't disagree with. I see that already there. But as far as the business, is it dead? No, there's still things out there, and yes, YouTube's still a media to do it, and there's still travel photography, there's still workshops and things like that going on all around the world. People want to go to, exotic places and take images. That stuff's still there, so there's still a business in it. But is it, what it was? No, it's not. It's never going to be. It's just going to be different. The pie is much smaller than it used to be, a lot harder to make a living at it. And that's just going to continue to be the way it is. Sorry about the cars going by. I'm not too far off the road, but that's just what it is. It's just it's going to continue to change and morph, and that's it. Now, my perspective, I have a camera. I love to take images. I like to get out. I'm an amateur. I'm not a professional. I don't count on this for my income. I make $0 for it. It costs me money. It's a hobby. This is, I'm lucky if I make, I've made probably $500 over the course of my lifetime, from photography. But, I just enjoy getting out and sharing the experiences. And I think that's really the most important part of photography, is getting outside and enjoying the experience, and I continue to share that. That's not going to change, so love to know what you guys think. Put it in the comments down below. Do you think the business of photography is dead? What do you think of this combo here, an all-in-one? Just get out and go do things. I have no idea how it worked. I've never shot it till this morning, and I put it on my OM5 because I figured this would be a nice little travel setup. So let me know what you think of the images. Let me know what you think of a one lens travel setup. Let me know, what you think about the business of photography. How do you view it? What do you do? Why do you do photography? Love to know all those things. All right, so if you're interested and want to see more of this kind of content, make sure you subscribe. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for coming along, everybody. Appreciate you very much. Till we see you again, stay safe.